Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I have bad news for everybody that's trying out the Yannica team. And it is not about Plarium saying something officially about nerfing her or something. That is not the case. We don't have any information right now officially. So the Yannick team by itself does work on the live server. But now, since I have Wixwell on the live server, I saw the struggle because we have a different rotation. And I'm really sorry about something, but I made a team that were looking like really nice, just autoing until the point, and then you do your damage and you're done. But it is literally not the case because I did not realize something. We're gonna just go ahead in the run a little bit. At this rotation, everything is okay because the blue head is not there. So I was not faced with the blue head the whole time. And that's why I didn't see Perfect Whale does not stop the A1 of the blue head doing his normal fear on a champion that will 100% be Emic because he has the taunt, and it's still not stopping it. I thought Perfect Whale also does stop that one, but it's just not working, and yeah, that's why I'm really sorry about it. We cannot use the Duchess version you see right here, but I came up with another solution. It is not the best in the world, but we can literally use it. And also we have to do the red head at the boss, at the beginning. And that means we get a couple thousands of damage input on him. We cannot stop his increased attack and stuff. So that's why you have to be literally super tanky on your champions to still have the shield right there. That's the team I came up with. And yeah, it is basically semi-auto for a certain part of the game. You can auto, then you gotta stop the auto, and you have to put the A2 on Emic. But we need Shamael in the leader spot. We have him super slow that he will boost himself when the blue head is up there. And when the blue head is just boosting himself and you make him super slow, he will not be faster than all the other champions. I already tested it on those Hydra team with 2 Painkeepers and Emic, and if you're making like 120 speed or something, he should be okay. So he will not take any more turns than he should, so he will not lose his own shield too, so he can literally survive. And the red head will basically make you have a ton of defense, because you want to save up your shield on the beginning, and that's what you have to do. You gotta have a bunch of defense. Don't worry about your HP, because literally the defense counts on your shields, so you're just decreasing the damage you're getting in, and that it does not matter if you have 100,000 HP on a champion. That does not change basically anything for you. I'm gonna quickly show you the presets. Yeah, they are important, but it is semi-auto, so it doesn't mean that you have to do some inputs for yourself, and that's what I really don't like. But there is nothing else you can do. To be honest, there was nothing else I was able to get through. Even if you have a like 200 ruck or something which does cleansing all the time, sometimes you have more debuffs than you can actually cleanse on a champion, and the cleanse does not work all the time. Wait, I think I have set up a team up here somewhere. I think, just imagine Emic is in the front, and it's basically the same team. I tried something else that basically does a chain cleanse every time somebody is actually attacking the bosses and you get the true fear. You will have another champion cleansing. But there was a problem that Wixwell has a counter attack, and he is kind of the most important champion. We all can agree to that. But he did a counter attack trying to do it on a certain head, for example the Mischief head, and then it got we didn't attack the Mischief head because of his passive, and we attacked the blue head, so he got a true fear and in the wrong timing. And yeah, I learned a counter attack does not count as a true fear proc, but a true fear can deny all your counter attacks until you do a skill that is actually casted of you, and then it does the true fear thing if you deny it or not. And it's kind of, it did not work, to be honest. One time I was like brute forcing myself on a turn where we actually did it. Like I made the meltdown, but I also saw that is a struggle about like 2-3 hours just repeating the boss over and over, and you gotta be lucky, so I don't want to make a team like that. So I came up with that one. But what actually do we have to do? It is semi-auto, like you have to click Nia's A2 on Emic all the time. The rest is basically full auto. They can do whatever they want. You can press the double T, you can do a 2x auto, like pressing the auto button 2 times for your champion. That's when you're on your phone. And when you, on the beginning, we have to do a certain setup. We gotta cast that skill 1 time on Wixwell. You also could cast it on Emic, whatever you feel like, it's okay. And then you can do the double auto thing, and everybody else should do what they do. Besides Nia, you gotta press it by yourself. And then you can press auto the whole time, and you kind of see where it's going. Like you're charging your skill, and you're not getting eaten. We lost our turn meter right now, so maybe we're gonna just not. And that's the thing about it too. If the Mischief Head does steal your stuff, you are kind of out and you gotta redo it. I don't like it too much. I did a Togron team on the live server. I did 3 billion on hard mode, so total 6 billion. But it had a Togron in it, so yeah, that is probably the best thing you can ever do on that team. But something like that, 1 point something billion points, is like granted. You can do it on your own account. You just have to do the setup and gotta be a little bit lucky about the Mischief Head is not stealing your thingies. And that's basically it. So let's go ahead and do the setup. We gotta have to do that one on him. I want him to be the Mischief Head, not Emic. If he loses turn meter, the Wixwell at some point, that wouldn't be the end of the run, but Emic is kind of really hard to do. So that's what we do. We're gonna do the reset thing. And put the reset thing on him. And then we can auto until Nia is coming back. What I literally doing is like watching a turn meter that goes up and down. They're in certain turn order, so they always go the same thing. And when that champion is doing his thing, then I will just unstop it and do the Nia thing, and yeah. But I kind of forgot who it was. I think I was watching at Mikage's turn meter all the time. So let me check. Yeah, Mikage takes a turn, then Emic takes a turn, and then Nia takes a turn. So we can just auto a little bit more until we see Mikage's turn meter is disappearing. And then we stop it. At this point I did it in 1 rotation, but you can literally do it in 2. And then we're gonna put it on him and then auto again. And this time you gotta watch Mikage's turn meter. It's going up for 1 time, that's okay. On the 2nd time you see the turn meter bar disappearing. You can just use the unauto thing, and yeah. At this point I'm not worried. I think Mikage went a little bit out of turn order, but you kind of know what I mean. You always go in the same turn order, you see which champion goes before Emic or Nia, and then you just unauto. But in a second, I have something super juicy for you guys. And it's a test version right now, and I think I'm the only one who got it right now, and it will take a little while till it's up, but you will see what I mean in a second. Yeah, Wixwell is just a little bit in between, but now we go right there and right there. And that's what you have to do the whole time. If you don't have on the end something like this. We got a new cool program. It's an auto clicker with scan function, so it literally scans your screen, and if some pixels are appearing, he will literally do another action for you. I'm not going too deep into that one. It is not finished. It is just a test version, a prototype, just kind of pre-released for me, so I can kind of show you what's up. And the program is literally doing now the Nia A2 on Emic for me. So I can literally put my arms somewhere else and the game is just doing it for me. So if you want to know what's up in there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, put a like on the video so I actually know you're super interested in stuff. And yeah, I will show you that later on, and I made a separate video about it. But something like that will literally change Hydra forever for me. That's what I'm saying. But let's talk about the team again. And yeah, it is basically doing what I did right now. We're just doing auto on all the other champions besides Nia, and Nia is gonna do the A2 on Emic, and that's how you gotta do it. You gotta be lucky on the end. The Mischief Head is... I can't say what I think about the Mischief Head on YouTube, to be honest, but the 3% is happening way too often. By the way, we are on hard mode right now, and yeah, I cannot get my resistance up on my Wixwell because I need Merciless and a Reflex set, and I don't have the stats to get like over 500, and I just can't do it with my current set. That's why I'm on hard mode. I can be lucky on Nightmare, and the Mischief Head will even be more a Mischief Head, and he will steal more and more of my buffs, and that's why I'm not doing it on Nightmare right now, but it can be done on Nightmare. But you also see on the live server there's the red head over there. That's what I think is Krisk is still the best one in Mikage's spot, because he gives the decreased attack, ally protection, and your other champions could build up their shields normally, like more like... Yeah, maybe if you've done it already, you see the red hat is actually hitting really hard on your shield, and you need a ton of defense to actually get through. On Nightmare it will get even harder, so Chris probably will be the best one, and the best of the best is still Togron. He is literally like the best one. You can just reapply a shield when it gets lost, so yeah, you know how that is. You can just continue your run and everything is like manageable. And at this point, I will just jump into a video where I did it actually. I did the thingy. So, we are in the video, and actually my Yannica already got her buff stolen. I technically don't know why at the moment. I think I tried to give her a couple of more buffs so she can stack up her shield a little bit more, but I wanted to make her my target for the steal, because she can do a perfect veil and a intercept buff on her. Then we get everybody on 8, but she got 10 buffs, and then on the end my Wixwell got 10 buffs, Emic got 10 buffs, and she can actually get her buff stolen, but she already got her buff stolen. So I thought like, let's continue, and hoping for the 3% happening on the end if the Mischief Head is gonna appear in a second again, where she is. He, she, whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, there we go. It's back on the board, and we're trying to get our buff stolen in a second so we can actually get it done. But at the moment we are set on the mercy on the 3%, trying to not get our Yannica beaten down so she can actually do the meltdown. That would be super dumb if she's dead. But let's go a little bit ahead. Where's the 3% gonna happen? Checking buffs again so we can actually see, okay, it is possible to get our buff stolen. At the moment, Emic and Wixwell are on 10 buffs, everybody else are not. So yeah, Emic has the resistance also, so yeah, that's not too great in the world, but I didn't lost hope, because that's gonna happen at some point anyway. The buff steal, you know how the 3% is, and sometimes you got your buff stolen, you end the run, then you go out there, just go back in, and the next time Mischief Head is taking a turn again, 3% again, and you're like, come on, how is that even possible? So Mischief, right there. So, and like again, Mischief Head stole our buffs and trying to get it done. So the Mischief Head is gonna do the spreading, and we can do the big attack. But also, if Wix will get his buff stolen, the counter attack is really hard to manage, so you kind of need a second guy who has high resistance. In our case it is Emic, and we are hoping that Emic is still, yeah, not getting his buff stolen and stuff, while it could end in a way that you attack the boss over and over, all your buffs are gone, and Mischief Head is gonna steal Terminator of Yannica all the time, and then you lose the time where you can actually do the attack. And also, don't use Mikage's A2 right now, because you kind of can screw yourself up. Just don't use it, just use another attack on another head, so they will not lose their buffs. Trying to get to Yannica. And doing the hit. Awesome. And some of them have unkillable, that's why they didn't die. But it is how it is, and that's kind of the way you gotta do it now. You gotta bring the what's his name, Shamael for the blue head. There is no other way, and to be honest, I do not like it. I really don't. There is no other counter, a real counter to the blue head all the time. And yeah, 1.3 billion. We are going to jump now into the gear. So let's talk about the gear. The best way to do it is have Merciless and a reflex set. Like, I'm talking about 4 Merciless. You need the rings and also the reflex. So you need to at least 2, a ring amulet or a banner. So 2 of them in total, and 2 of them equipped in like enhance or something. And the reflex set. That is the best way to do it on your second one. And I also do tell you right now that you want Merciless and reflex on your rig swirl. Without it, it is super hard. I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's not gonna be enjoyment for you. And masteries, let's talk first of the stats. She is, I think, the fastest one. You see the stats right here. Yes, she is the fastest one, and Emic is actually not 271 this time, but you don't worry, you can use Emic on 271. You just have to do another kind of setup, but yeah, different speed on other champions. I'm telling you right now, if you have a 271 Emic and you want to have the team order always on point, besides Shamael, he will be super slow in this one, but everybody else should be in a range of 20 speed. 20 speed higher of 271 is totally fine. So you can still have the same turn order all the time, or 250 something and then 51, and then you should still go ahead and be on, like, your team is always taking the same team order, going back to back and not overround them. I think that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean when they go 2 times instead just 1 time, while the other champions just taking 1. And also the gear right here, the gear masteries. I kind of have that one to get more resistance on my other champions. She's casting some buffs. War Master is just there because it's there. I think I would actually do it. And I think sometimes it's nice to kill some heads. So you gotta have War Master, and it kind of helps you. But if you don't, it's not like you lose too much. So whatever you want to bring on the end. And here the stats are already. I hate it that when you used a team in Hydra and you recently used first right here, it is just not there. I really do not like it. It's gonna make our life a little bit harder on making content on it, because I have to always remember who was in the team. Emic. Alright. Now I have to type them all, and he is not on 271, but the stats are like that. And the masteries are like this. Also, he is in a shield set right now. At some, you need some shield sets in there to actually get the second shield, so you can stack up your whole shields in way better. You could use only 1 shield, but then you are in a kind of a struggle. So that is, every time you get damaged, it will decrease the 1 shield lower and lower, and you don't have anything to grow off. If you do 30% of a shield increase of a 1000 shield that you got left, it's not gonna help you. So that is Emic. Who else? Nia. They always go together. Nia is in a curse set right now, so we can actually apply hex, so we can attack the mischief head if we want to. If we not, I think she is more in a hex set because I use my Torgron set. So hex is not the most important in the world, but on the end later on, when the mischief head is not out there, you could apply hex to do more damage on heads, so you can actually kill a head and make the mischief head spawn. So at some, a little bit of damage is actually kind of recommended, but your champions should go on defense, so you can grow your shields better. Your shields won't get hurt so much. But yeah, I do not have like all the defense in the world right now and stuff. I went on hard mode, and I don't have the red head right now. But if I would face them, I would basically go in Hell Hades optimizer and put defense on my most priority, and then the speed and of course accuracy and resistance and stuff. Yeah, and also you kind of need resistance on in most of your champions. I think Yannica, you don't need resistance obviously, and Shamael you won't need resistance, but in this version right here we don't have like block debuffs, and you can actually get a provoke and stuff, That's why I totally recommend, like, Nia needs totally resistance. If she's not gonna do the reset, you are out of the game, kind of. Yeah, one of your champion will get eaten. But if, for example, you have your Mikage not in resistance, but you have Merciless and Reflex on Wixwell and Mikage, you will get your buffs, the duration go up and up and up. So one time if you lose a provoke, it wouldn't hurt you too much. So you can just do it on the next turn and you will lose one of those durations on the buffs, but if you are 7, 8, 9 or something, it won't hurt you at all. And also later on, for example, like Mikage, she's gonna do, when the heads did steal your buffs, you actually don't want to use her A2 so she can decrease the buff duration, and that's why you want to do A1. But if you just have a couple of buffs left or something and you will lose stuff because she's not gonna do her A2, that's why actually is Merciless and Reflex totally recommended, so you can stack up your buffs even higher. Let's talk about, I don't know if I already showed you, that one right here. Masteries are like that. And who else? Sharma L. Because I do not face the red hat right now. I do not have him. Wait. He doesn't even have masteries, goddamn. Shit. So, yeah, he is just slow. He does not have the most defense and stuff, but maybe you don't know, but on the test server we can literally not use the Hades optimizer and get our best gears and do it for us. We have to kind of do it on our own. It is way harder, but yeah, that's why I didn't go too much on stats and stuff. Masteries we do not have, but Giant Slayer would be super recommended, but he's gonna do the damage on a blue head anyway. If the blue head is there, he's gonna attack him down by just counter attacking because of debuffs and stuff. If the poison head will get killed at some points too, because he's gonna do the poisons and he's just gonna do counter attacks and stuff. And yeah, he does not need resistance, but kind of. I wouldn't recommend it to put in resistance, just not work. But yeah, you can use him in defense thingies, or maybe later on you gotta go like on hard mode and something, and you will make him on attack gear, because you kind of have to kill a head because the mischief head is not out there, and yeah, then you obviously gotta kill one. Who else was in there? Wixwell, of course, obviously. He's the most important thing in this team. So Wixwell is also in a Merciless and Reflex, and like I said, I'm not doing Nightmare because his set is not the best in the world. I don't have all the resistance and everything else, so I cannot do it too well. I did it once on Nightmare and I made Emic the Mischief Head all the time, but I prefer on the end having at least 2 Mischief Heads, so if your buffs get stolen and you get the counter attacks all the time, you basically won't get your whole team the buff stolen. And I think I showed you already, but sometimes it's better to do it twice or people get angry. I also put that one in here, so resistance, so we get more resistance. Everybody who is applying a buff is actually getting that one. He is obviously in resistance, so we can get more resistance. Why didn't I take that one? I don't know at the moment, but yeah, don't judge me. And that's kind of it. Masteries. Did I forget a champion? Nia, I showed you. Mikage, I showed you. Yannica. Damn it. Bronco. Most important champions you're not showing. Damn it. So she's also in a shield set, so I can actually get a better shield. And if you want to do the blow up for one time only and you get the 1.2 billion something, I totally would recommend a shield set too, because of the red head is over there and he's really busting your shield. So having 2 of them would be way better. Just get, you need an insane shield set on both of your champions while having resistance on Emic. And Yannica does not need resistance. Don't put any resistance on her. But yeah, a shield set is totally recommended, so you can get a much bigger shield on the end. Those are the stats. It's more about the speed. And yeah, on the end defense, I would build her totally in defense. But yeah. Is that actually, this is a complete shield set. And the masteries are like this. She's not gonna apply any buffs, so that's why I didn't put that one. I actually put War Master on her, so she's if you get the perfect Veil and you get the War Master plus a Mikage ally attack, you are actually killing at some point some heads on hard mode. I don't know how about later on Nightmare or something, but yeah, War Master was kind of cool. That one right here could help, or maybe not. I actually don't know if that is better. It would save you 25% of the stack up of your shield, so you can just gain it by that one to reach the 1 point something billion, but I technically don't know if that's, yeah, I don't know. And I think that was the whole team. Was it the whole team? Yes. Again, what I think about this, it is a little bit way overboard. Like the champions, yeah, the damage can be done on the end with a Torg run, for example, that we can get 20 billion, like for example, you go Nightmare mode and you do 5 billion damage, and then in total it's 20 billion damage, and you can get something like that. But I think it should be nerfed. Also, I think also Trunda should be nerfed in the same way. It is both of them or none. And yeah, that will be the end of the video. Do leave a like on the video, would really help me out. Subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah. Have a nice day.